Time now for the Capital One Venture Card double-double. Dedrick Lawson leads all non-seniors in D1 56 times over for the Jayhawks. Also leads the Big 12 in points per game with 19 and rebounds per game. Last three to lead the Big 12 in those category. You get taken in the NBA draft, Kevin Durant, Michael Beasley, and Blake Griffin. So all pretty dominant names, but a different team. Dominant school, coach, we know about the program, but a different Kansas. We're not used to seeing them even down at a 4 seed in the tournament.
First of all, you mentioned Blake Griffin. It's amazing he was so good as a pro despite the poor college coaching that he had at Oklahoma. This was a very bizarre season for Kansas. Obviously, their Big 12 regular season streak came to an end. They lost their big man, Udoka Azubuike. They did not get the big man they were hoping to get in Sylvia DeSosa. They lost LeGerald Vick, who was their only serviceable three-point shooter. But I kind of like the groove that they're in right now. They have a good identity, a little bit more defensively, a good attacking offense, and that's one thing Northeastern does have a problem containing the dribbler. So as long as Kansas is in attack mode, then I think they'll be fine. But we see Vermont hanging with Florida State. I mean, teams at this level that are efficient offensively, they know what they're doing. So Kansas has to really be sharp and focused at the defensive end and try to create those extra possessions.
When you're a team sitting there, coach, like a Northeastern, fundamentals most important because you cannot make more mistakes than a team who's got the talent like Kansas.
No, absolutely. And Bill Cohen does a great job at Northeastern, former assistant at Boston College, has been there and has done an amazing job. They're a team that can score. They average about 76 points a game, and they shoot the ball at a high level at 39% from three, almost 50% from the floor. And they can spread you out. They can score it in different ways, and they're going to be confident. They've played against high-level teams all season, in their non-conference schedule. And so this won't be the first time playing against a high major team.
KU more vulnerable than we've seen them in recent years?
Yeah, this is the most vulnerable we've seen KU in a very long time. We're used to seeing Kansas with a bunch of pros, at least multiple first-rounders. This year, I'm not sure if they have any first-rounders on that squad. They might not have any pros. So if this is the year, if you're going to ever knock off Kansas, this is the year to get them because the talent level and the talent gap has been closed.
Any Northeastern picks here?
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
KU.
We'll see at the half.
We welcome you back to Salt Lake City, Utah, Midwest region, first round action. And up next here on TNT, it's the 13-4 matchup between Northeastern and the Jayhawks of Kansas. As we take a look at the updated bracket a short time ago here in Salt Lake, a wild one with Auburn defeating New Mexico State 78-77. Auburn will take on the winner of this one between Kansas and Northeastern. As we welcome you back to Salt Lake City with Steve Lapis, I'm Andrew Catalan. We'll hear from Lisa Byington coming up. That was some game that we just saw between Auburn and New Mexico State. What are you looking for in this one between Kansas and Northeastern?
This is the classic example of the experienced mid-major team going against the Big 12 team that's got a lot of really good freshmen. We'll see if the experience holds out or if the talent of these freshmen holds out.
And you figure Kansas will throw it inside a lot to Dedrick Lawson.
Well, he's been terrific this whole season. He's tremendous in the lane with his left hand and his right hand. He led the Big 12 in scoring and rebounding. He also made 33s this year. He's going to be a tough matchup for Northeastern.
And Northeastern is here by virtue of their CAA tournament championship victory over Hofstra. Was not an easy game. They were up 16 at the half. Hofstra came back to tie it, but in the end, the Huskies pulled it out.
They made 14 threes in that game, and as I said, they only play 7 guys, but all 7 guys average between 8 points and 17 a game. A very experienced, smart team that doesn't turn it over.
A spot in the second round is on the line. Tip-off next between Northeastern and Kansas.
Coverage of the NCAA men's basketball tournament is sponsored by Capital One. What's in your wallet? Infinity. Empower the drive. And by Pizza Hut, official pizza of March Madness.
Ready to roll in Salt Lake City, Northeastern and Kansas in a first round matchup as we take a look at the starting lineups for Northeastern. keep an eye on Vasa Pushitsa, the leading scorer, averaging just under 18 per game. And for Kansas, this is the 9th straight game. They will start 4 freshmen alongside Dedrick Lawson, Northeastern coached by Bill Cohen. 13th year on the Huskies bench, and Bill Self now in his 16th season as the head coach of the Jayhawks. First meeting between these two schools, and the winner will take on Auburn in the second round on Saturday.
You know, Andrew, Kansas starting big in this game with Lawson as a 4-man, but I'm anticipating them going with only one big guy for large portions of this game.
James Breeding, Tommy Nunez Jr., Bill McCarthy, the officials for this one. Here is Pushitsa.
And Kansas, a 98% man-to-man team. This is a year where they've been better defensively than offensively. Bill Self, normally one of the best offensive coaches in the country.
Pushitsa step-back jumper is way off the mark, and the rebound to Devon Dotson.
This kid is a really good player who pushes the ball. Northeastern, they'll mix it up a little bit. I anticipate them playing a significant amount of zone in this game because this Kansas team is very inconsistent shooting the ball.
30th straight year in the tournament for Kansas. That is the longest all-time streak, and they turn it over on their first possession. Rolling down low to Anthony Green, and good job by Kansas to recover. Northeastern has won 7 consecutive games and 16 of their last 18. Nobody on this Northeastern team has played in the NCAA tournament, as Brace misfires from the corner.
Everybody except Green on Northeastern makes threes. And then Murphy when he comes in the game. Those are the only 2 guys that don't.
Now a 3 on the way. Quentin Grimes off the front of the rim. Offensive board to David McCormack. Lawson straightaway 3 is good. You called it out in our open. He's a big guy, but he shoots 37% from deep.
He's one of the best big guys one of the best players, forget about big guys, in the country. When you lead the Big 12 in rebounding and scoring, you're some player.
And a foul called on Kansas is Dotson.
And this is what happens on offensive rebounds. You see it happen a lot. That little cut there by Quentin Grimes, though, made Brace suck in a little bit more than he wanted to and allowed Dedrick Lawson to get the open 3.
Jordan Rowland launches and hits from the outside.
He's a big-time three-point shooter, the transfer from GW.
40% from deep this season for Rowland. That was 3rd best in the Colonial.
And you know, this Northeastern team shoots 39% from the three-point line, so you got to get out there on their shooters.
Lawson is fouled inside. That's going to go on Bolden Brace. Oh, actually, they called on Jordan Rowland. Brace was in the mix, but Rowland called for the foul. You can get complete coverage of the NCAA Division I Women's Tournament on NCAA.com. So here's Dedrick Lawson at the free throw line. Another area where he excels, 80% this season. He's got the most free throws made and the most free throws attempted in the Big 12. And an early substitution as Marcus Garrett comes in for David McCormack.
They're going small right away. Marcus Garrett also probably their best defender.
A member of the all Big 12 defensive team.
And look who he's guarded, Pushitsa. Well, they switch a lot of screens.
Northeastern, located in Boston, Massachusetts, joined the Colonial in the 05-06 season. Prior to that, they were in the America East Conference. Shot clock's at 5. Rowland already has 1-3. Now he attacks, then hands it off, and that's going to be a shot clock violation.
You know, one thing, Andrew, about that we're going to see with Northeastern, they're number 309 out of 351 teams in possession length. They take a long time in the half court. Can Kansas young guys stay disciplined enough to guard the entire shot clock?
Bill Self telling us yesterday, key number 1, defend the arc. They cannot let Northeastern get hot from the outside.
And what you don't want to do is at the end of the shot clock fall asleep and allow a dribble penetration and give up a 3.
Dotson misses the three, and the rebound to Brace. First meeting between these two schools. Northeastern has faced three teams that are currently in the Big 12 as Rowland hits again, but none of those three were part of the Big 12 at the time that they played the game.
He has a very, very quick release. He barely caught that ball, and it was already up and in.
Lawson trying to answer, and he cannot. And pushing it up the floor is Donnell Gresham. Green trying to get past Lawson. Great defense by Lawson. Now in transition, Dotson exploding to the hoop. Missed it short, out of bounds. And it is Northeastern basketball.
Take a look at Jordan Rowland here, where he catches this pass and how quickly it gets up. He caught that at his chin and didn't bring it down, just went right up with it.
Junior out of Syracuse, New York, and then played his first two collegiate years at GW before transferring to Northeastern. So you see the graphic, Northeastern a combined 977 career games. That's 12th most in the NCAA, but no player has played in the NCAA tournament. First appearance for the Huskies since 2015. Bushitsa, and his shot was altered by Dotson, and then Osius missing from deep. It was Lawson playing good defense again for the Jayhawks in the middle. Grimes had his shot partially blocked. Lawson gets it back and scores.
You can see already that Dedrick Lawson is going to be a load for Northeastern to deal with.
He has all 7 of the Jayhawks' points.
This team will make a million passes.
Murphy left alone. Hits the three. Just his 13th three-pointer of the year.
Yeah, he's one of the guys that you don't expect is going to knock one of those out.
Obaji, pretty move off the glass for 2. Ochai Obaji, the freshman out of Kansas City.
He was a redshirt. They made him eligible when all the stuff happened. Lagerald Vick left the team. Azubuike got hurt. And he had some big games. He's a much better driver right now. A little inconsistent shooting the ball, and that was an example of it.
Did not make his season debut until January 9th. That's when they pulled the red shirt. Murphy, 3 more. Not this time. And the long rebound right out to Rowland. He drives right back in with the left hand and missed it, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Kansas basketball when we come back. Bill Self and the Jayhawks tied at 9.
Almost 6 minutes in, and it's a slow start for Northeastern's Vasa Bushitsa. He's the leading scorer, and you can't fault him for maybe being a little bit nervous going into this one. He grew up in Serbia and would set his alarm for 3 or 4 a.m. just to watch the NCAA tournament. He told me this is an absolute dream to get a chance to play here. He has his best buddies from Serbia who have made the trip to watch him. His family, of course, they've downloaded the March Madness app. They're watching from overseas as well, and he says this is not only a dream, but we as Northeastern as a team want to make some noise and win a couple games here in this tournament.
Yeah, Lisa, great story coming over to the United States at the age of 18, 2 years in San Diego before transferring to Northeastern, saying his goal was to play in the NCAA tournament. That's one of the reasons he came to the U.S., and here he is going up against Kansas, and that's a tough shot by Marcus Garrett.
Yeah, one thing about Kansas, you got to keep them out of the lane. I know it's easier said than done.
And a turnover. Garrett walks in for 2.
Their best defender, and he just showed it there.
Early on in the paint, Kansas outscoring Northeastern 8-0 as Garrett picks up the foul. You can watch every game live on your phone, tablet, computer, and favorite streaming device with March Madness Live. Watch now at ncaa.com/March Madness or download the app today. So Northeastern so far 3 for 6 from deep, 0 of 3 on their 2-point field goal attempts. And now it's Gresham from the outside. He can't hit.
And you're going to see Kansas, they want a fast tempo. The faster the game, the better for them.
And Grimes is fouled. That was going to go on Sean Osius.
I'll be honest with you, I'm expecting to see that zone come soon because they have not been able to really keep their hands off Kansas or keep them out of the lane so far. They need to do something to protect the paint a little bit better.
Pushitsa goes to the bench, and Jordan Rowland back in for Northeastern. Back-to-back 20-win seasons for the Huskies. First time they've done that since 4 straight, from 83 to 87. Offensive board by Lawson.
And one thing about Northeastern also, Andrew, they're not a good rebounding team, and it shows.
Lawson halfway down and out, and then a foul committed by KJ Lawson. He's the younger brother of Deidre Lawson, both transferring from Memphis. Bill Self, 47 NCAA tournament wins. Tied for 9th all-time with John Wooden.
That's a lot of wins.
Pretty good company. Rowland, that's a 2. And he gets the bounce. Rowland has 8 of Northeastern's 11 points. KJ Lawson hits from the outside, but it won't go. And the rebound to Brace.
KJ Lawson, not a good three-point shooter.
Only 12 threes all year. Rowland, runner, short. And a foul is called after the Dotson miss. And we have a timeout on the floor. Back and forth game, and early on, Kansas has a 2-point advantage. Coke is introducing new Orange Vanilla Coke. It's orange and vanilla and Coke, and delicious. You'll love it. 11:53 to go, first half. Kansas has a 2-point lead on Northeastern. The cuteness factor there is on a scale of 1 to 10. That's a strong 10 right there.
That's really high.
Great crowd here in Salt Lake City. We were here 2 years ago and had a phenomenal turnout. Gonzaga was here. They'll play later tonight. Northwestern was here in Salt Lake City. And another great showing to start the tournament here in 2019. A lot of Kansas fans. Just for Kansas, their first game in Utah in the NCAA tournament, and their last time they ever played in Utah, regular season or tournament, 1968, when they went to Logan to take on Utah State. So have not been here to Utah much at all. That's a 3, and it comes up short for Gresham. And Dotson to the hoop, counted and 1.
That's when Devon Dotson is at his best. This kid can push the ball as well as anybody in the country. And as Bill Self told us yesterday, his problem right now is not always making the great decisions. He made a great decision there, which was take it to the rack.
So a chance for a 3-point play for the freshman out of Charlotte. Meanwhile, on the Northeastern bench, Jordan Rowland, before that last time out, Steve, he picked up his 2nd foul. So we'll see how long Bill Cohen keeps Rowland on the bench.
You know, they only play 7 guys. I think you got to put him in with like 6-7 minutes to go and get him 3 or 4 more minutes before halftime. NCAA tournament games, hard to come back in the second half, really cold.
Kansas outscoring Northeastern 10-0 in the paint so far. And Pushitsa, that ball was kicked.
You've got to give Kansas credit early on in this game, Andrew. They're doing a great job on Pushitsa. He's such an important guy that makes this Northeastern team go. He can't get anything. He's not getting in the lane. He's not getting shots. Great job defensively.
Yeah, Pushitsa 0 of 2 yet to score, and it's an 11-2 run for the Jayhawks as Charlie Moore checks in.
And one thing we've seen, Bill Self took out McCormick after 2 minutes, and he's played small the entire time since.
Osius in the paint, and count it and go. They will count it. Count the bucket and the foul, so a chance for 3.
Great job by Osius there, faking one way, going the other way. Some good footwork.
First points in the paint today for Northeastern. And the three-point play for Sean Osius. Foul was on Abaji for Kansas.
Let's see if they try to get the ball into Lawson in the low post.
He's defended by Murphy.
Murphy working really hard, and Lawson is much stronger. Murphy doing a great job in that low post, keeping the ball. They tried to get it to him, and they can't.
Shot clock at 5. KJ Lawson, fadeaway won't go, and the rebound is grabbed by Gresham.
That was really good defense, and Murphy was doing an unbelievable job. That's good transition.
Wow, Gresham all the way.
I think they got to get Lawson a touch in the low post. Great back cut.
But a turnover. Grimes could not get a handle on it.
You see Gresham just go here. This is not a good job by Kansas getting back and stopping the ball handler.
Bill Self's team lost the Big 12 championship game to Iowa State, 78-66. First time the Jayhawks have not won the regular season Big 12 title in 15 years. They had won 14 straight.
It is one of the most incredible records in all of sports. And think about what Bill Self went through this team with Ozubuki and Legero Vic. And he still got this team into the NCAA tournament and into the Big 12 championship game and missed the Big 12 championship by like a game.
Pushitsa, wow. In close, and now he's 0 for 3. Garrett slips, and he traveled. UEFA Champions League is heating up. Stream on BR Live or watch on TNT. The quarterfinal round continues April 9th.
You have to give Northeastern a tremendous amount of credit. They're not allowing that ball to go inside to the big guys. Now Lightfoot is in for Dedrick Lawson. But that's because they're not a good three-point shooting team, so Northeastern doesn't mind packing it in and trying to dare them from 3.
Lightfoot and Garrett, the only 2 players to have prior NCAA tournament experience with the Jayhawks. As Osius comes up short. Northeastern 3 of 9 from beyond the arc.
Oh, this guy is a jet.
Wow, what a feed. Dotson to Lightfoot. Kansas continues to feast inside on this smaller Northeastern team. Pushitsa, and that's a foul on the floor, and then Lightfoot got him afterwards as well. As we take a look at our AT&T above the rim for one of the best plays of the day.
That is a tremendous stop and go by Devon Dotson. He went to a stop and he went 0 to 60 in like half a second. They have to help, and he dishes it to Lightfoot. Boy, this guy is fast.
And with 8:49 to go, Jordan Rowland comes back in the game for Northeastern with 2 fouls. Meanwhile, Ochai Abaji goes out for Kansas as he picks up his 2nd foul.
I think it's a good move to bring Rowland back in. 3 minutes.
Pushitsa on the give and go. Still can't get a basket to drop. Good defense inside by the Jayhawks. Moore will take a three. That's way off. Charlie Moore, a 27% three-point shooter. Kansas is 1 of 8 from beyond the arc here in the first half. And against Iowa State in the Big 12 championship game, they were 3 for 18. Rowland off balance three. High rebound to Brace. Now Pushitsa triple. Good. His first field goal, and it's a 1-point game.
He made 7 threes in the championship game against Hofstra.
That was a career high for Pushitsa. 21 points.
They're not even guarding Lightfoot.
Oh, Dotson again showing off his speed.
This guy's too fast.
No answers for Devon Dotson.
You know, you might as well give a lot of help and test these guys from 3. Marcus Garrett's not a good shooter. Help off of him. Help off somebody, because this kid is going to go wherever he wants this game.
He's got 7 points already. Rowland left open for 3. That won't go, and Lightfoot grabs it off the glass. Dotson, air ball.
He's been very inconsistent doing that.
Yeah, Bill Self told us yesterday. Love what Dotson does in transition. Still trying to get better in the half court.
That was not a good shot by Pushitsa.
He's now 1 out of 6. No call. Dotson out to Garrett. Moore high off glass, and it rolls out. Gresham right at Dotson. And he misses. And now everyone just wants to regroup. Yeah, hit the reset button here. Bill Self calls timeout.
Adam Zucker in New York with a Geico game break. Bradley going toe-to-toe with Michigan State on CBS. Darryl Brown coming through. He's got 13 to give Bradley the lead. Now it's the Spartans up 1 with about 7 minutes to go. Remember, Michigan State the last team to lose as a 2-seed against the 15.
Wow, Adam, thank you very much. Here in Salt Lake City, we have a 13-4 matchup. The last 13 seed to reach the Sweet 16, LaSalle, back in 2013. And Lisa Byington was listening into that last Northeastern huddle.
Yeah, the concern right now still is points in the paint that Kansas is generating. A +10 advantage right now over Northeastern. It's that side-to-side motion that was the biggest concern for this coaching staff. He said you got to gap your lane with gap integrity, and you got to close out. You got to be smarter on that. On the offensive end, with that ball screen offense, they're still looking for a 2-to-1 advantage.
It's too easy right there, Lisa, as Lawson has 2 more. 9 points for Dedrick Lawson.
Well, that was a great point. They're not killing him in the paint with post-ups, except that one. They're killing him with drives by reversing the ball and getting the help out of the way. You got to pack it in a little bit more and test this team from the perimeter. I mean, they are 1 for 9 from the three-point line right now, Kansas.
The last 6 games for Kansas, including today, shooting just 27% from deep. KJ Lawson, and that was a wide open lane.
I'm telling you, I would be playing a little more zone, because they have not, they're getting killed in the lane, and it's not by post-ups, drives.
6 straight points for the Jayhawks.
And they play zone. It's not like they don't play zone. They play it.
Murphy turnaround, no good.
Because they can't keep these guys in front of them.
Lawson again off glass. 8-0 run for Kansas.
They timeout. They need one.
And Bill Cohen does call timeout with 4:59 to go. Kansas has opened up a 9-point lead.
Coverage of the NCAA men's basketball tournament is sponsored by GMC. We are professional grade. Sonic. This is how you Sonic. And by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Not sorry, Reese's.
Back in Salt Lake City, look at our game summary points in the paint. Kansas is just killing Northeastern 20-4 in that department.
One of the things Bill Self is great at is getting the ball in high-low situations, and that's exactly what they do here. They're fronting Lawson too high up, throw it in, he lays it in the basket. One of the things, Andrew, in this game, they have 10 field goals in the paint, Kansas, and only 3 assists. What does that tell you? They're driving to the basket, not passing it into the post, driving it.
8 straight points. Meanwhile, Northeastern started 3 of 5 from deep, but since then they've missed 7 of their last 8 3-point attempts.
And that is a huge part of their offense.
Oh, and Green went up, but he's fouled by Lightfoot. First foul on Lightfoot.
Well, they got some good dribble penetration there when Lightfoot went to help on the drive. Couldn't recover quick enough to Green.
Well, Tracy Morgan and Tiffany Haddish are back in the TBS original series, The Last OG, premiering April 2nd only on TBS. Green just a 54% free throw shooter and misses both.
And they're still man-to-man.
A 3.5-minute scoring drought for the Huskies.
Bill Self, one of the best coaches in America at getting the ball side to side.
Lawson 3, good. And he's already in double figures. He's got a dozen.
You know, he's not a great athlete, but he is a great player.
11-0 run for Kansas. And Brace stops the run. Northeastern's going to need more of that. That ends a 4-minute and 11-second drought. Lightfoot offensive rebound, but had to take it away by Gresham. Huskies in transition, rolling 3. No, and the ball out of bounds to Kansas. Dedrick Lawson and the Jayhawks off to an impressive start in Salt Lake City. This season, NCAA coaches and Infinity are taking a timeout to fight cancer with Infinity's $1 million donation to the American Cancer Society. This is an Infinity timeout for the win. Learn more at infinitytimeout.com. Last 4 minutes, an 11-3 run for Kansas, and Northeastern has missed 5 of its 6 shot attempts. 31-22 with 3:20 to go. Lawson, a rare miss, but he gets it right back and scores. He cannot be stopped. 14 for Lawson.
Too big, too strong, and more importantly, too skilled.
Averages a double-double this year, 19 points and 10 rebounds. He's already got 14 and 6 today.
And he's a very good passer also.
Green on the block, takes a dribble and is fouled. There's Lawson's parents. And for more on them, we bring in Lisa Byington.
Yeah, well, they're Dedrick's parents, but they're also Dedrick's coaches as well. And Mom actually might be the most critical, says Dedrick to me yesterday. And I actually just walked up to her in that last time out, and I said, if you had to coach him right now in the first half, even with the 14 points, the 5 of 9 shooting, what would you say to him? She said he needs to rebound better and guard the 3 better. Nothing about his offense. I love it. She used to coach D2 basketball, actually coaches one of Dedrick's younger brothers in AAU. And Dad, by the way, won a high school state title last week with 2 of Dedrick's brothers. How about that for a basketball family?
Oh, pretty good, and they were lined up next to each other. KJ and Dedrick right there on that last free throw.
Sounds like coaches. 14 and 6, not enough. First half, yeah, not enough.
33-24.
They don't like the 6. How many should he have?
There he is again, Dedrick Lawson. Passes to his brother. They swing it around. Grimes for 3.
That's the guy they got to get going if they're going to make a deep run. He's been really only 39% from the field for the season.
Bushitsa. Wow, and this is another one in close. Coming up on AT&T at the half, scores and highlights and the latest NCAA tournament news, all coming up on AT&T at the half. Bushitsa is 1 for 7 with 4 missed layups.
I mean, that one didn't even hit the rim. One thing about this Kansas team, they are a very good, better defensive team than they are offensive team.
Shot
It's
clock
showing.
at 3.
Great defense by Dotson.
Garrett feeds Lawson.
Goodbye.
Absolute clinic by Dedrick Lawson in the first half. Osea straightaway 3. And the rebound to Dotson. Let's see if he shows off his speed. Instead, he passes it to KJ Lawson. And there is Brace for the block.
Great job by Brace getting back on defense and making that play.
Lawson misses, and the rebound is grabbed by Gresham as we approach 1 minute to go in the first half. Gresham all the way, and he is fouled. Northeastern 1 for 8 on layups in the first half. They've only scored 5 points in the last 6 minutes and 47 seconds. Gresham was 6th best in the conference, the CAA, in free throws this year, but he misses the first, 81% free throw shooter, who delivered the Buick expectation-shattering performance of the day. Tune into Inside March Madness, presented by Buick, and find out. 1 out of 2 for Gresham, and it's a 10-point game with 70 seconds to go in the first half. Dotson the lob, and some contact down low. Was trying to get it up for Abaji. And the foul is going to go on Gresham. That's his second.
Set play from Bill Self. That is one of the lob plays they love to run. Back screen by Lawson. And a foul, obviously. Lawson work. Oh, forget it. Wow. He is so good with his footwork and positioning himself and not wasting any motion and posting up.
Another missed layup as Bushitsa was looking for a foul. Dotson accelerating the other way for 2.
If he's got the ball in the open floor and you're backpedaling, you're in big trouble.
A 4-second difference between the game clock and shot clock.
You know, I've seen this team on TV a million times. When you see him live, you realize how fast he really is.
Kansas is 15-3 when leading at halftime this year. Shot clock's at 2. Gresham puts it up. Air ball. Well, for as much as Lawson and Kansas has had their way offensively, they played some great defense in the first half.
Great defense. That's been their strength this year. That's why they got to the Big 12 championship game. And, you know, people look at Bill Self as a 4 seed and say, oh, he's a 4 seed. Yeah, it's pretty good with this team, I'll tell you.
Dotson at the horn. Almost banked it in. Dedrick Lawson has 8 points in the paint. Northeastern has 4 as a team. And at the half, Kansas has a 12-point advantage. And Lisa is with Bill Self.
Well, you went big briefly, and that didn't last long, and you went with a smaller lineup the rest of the way. How has that helped your attack mentality and points in the paint?
It's easier to switch screens when we play small, but we actually went big there for a stretch with Mitch and Diedrich and actually played pretty well.
You have pulled down Pushitsa, their leading scorer, quite well here in the first half. How have you gotten that done?
Well, we've done a good job on him. 12 rolling has hurt us, obviously, but he's a really good player. We just got to limit his opportunities.
Thank you. Andrew.
Kansas closes the half on a 17-6 run, and at the half they lead it by 12. We'll send you to AT&T at the half after these messages. You're watching the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship.
This is AT&T at the half. AT&T, giving you more for your March Madness thing.
It's been work inside and setting up the outside for Kansas. Diedrich Lawson's got 16. They are up 37-25 at the half. As we give you highlights of that breakdown for the tourney and more, it is AT&T at the half here. Studios in Atlanta. Good to have you on board. KU showing out in the first half. We'll see what happens at the break for the Huskies. Casey Stern, Coach Jeff Capel, Seth Davis, Candace Parker, Brendan Haywood, who worked in the paint, which is where Northeastern did not. They had 4 points in the paint as a team. Shot 17 threes. It didn't work out very well. Let's show you what it looked like. Bill Cohen, Bill Self. Meet Devon Dotson. Coast to coast.
Ooh, that's nice right there.
And one. Hit the free throw. He's not done, Brendan. Here he is again.
Oh, man. Got a little bit of jelly on that roll. He's showing out there.
Mentioned
Really
Lawson.
freshman.
Candace, they go, he goes. 70-6 run. He was the biggest part of it.
Yeah, and he scored in a multitude of ways, inside, outside. As you see there, 2 feet in the paint.
Seth, this Kansas team, a lot of people were kind of sleeping on them because they're not like other Kansas teams, but so far, pretty efficient basketball, played well despite the fact that you look at how they've shot from beyond the arc, 2 out of 12. They could be up more.
Because when you say 28-4 or 26-4 points in the paint, they don't have a classic post guy. Diedrich Lawson is a kind of a step away type of guy. So a lot of it they're doing with driving and good offense. They're not generally a three-point shooting team. Their best three-point shooter, Gerald Vick, left the program 12 games ago and has not come back. So they've had some time to play without him. Anytime they can make three-point shots, that's just gravy for Kansas. That's what I mean by their identity getting a little bit better, play their way to the Big 12 Conference Final. So they have done a great job sticking with the game plan and locking up Northeastern's three-point shooters, because that's what Northeastern does best. They're one of the best in the country at three-point shooting, 5 for 17 in the first half.
I was going to say that before we get into the paint here. Coach, we talked about, for those who don't know Northeastern, and you learned about some of the small, Pushitsa, I'm saying that correctly.
Say it slowly.
By far their best player. It's 18 per game score during the course of the season. I mean, we're talking about top in the conference, 1 out of 8 3-points. Clearly they've made it a point to say, hey, look, we're going to force these other guys, haven't been through this experience, to shoot, and they've taken away their best player.
Yeah, just because Kansas, it is a different Kansas team, but they still have talent, albeit it's young talent. That's the difference. All the guys in their starting 5, this is their first year playing in the Kansas program. But these guys are talented. They're long, and Pushitsa has not played against the type of athleticism and size that he's seeing today against this Kansas team.
And that size, Brendan, in the paint, bigs, sometimes not just bigs, it's big minutes and big buckets inside driving to the basket. That's the difference as we look at it here in the first
Whether it's
half.
bigs, guards, forwards, whatever you have, if you can impose your will in the paint, you can still win basketball games. It doesn't have to be all threes. Look at the excellent drive right here, going right down the lane. Nice drive. Now, once again, look at the ball. Excellent drive. Nice, fine, light foot finishes with the strong dunk. Lawson continues to drive the ball. These are not post-ups. These are just driving and attacking the lane. And now we have Diedrich Lawson inside, and we know what he does in there. He gets it done. You can do a lot of good things, and I think that a lot of teams that shoot threes, sometimes they take threes too quickly. I always like teams that drive and kick for their threes, because if they don't stop you from driving and kicking, you do exactly what Kansas is doing tonight. Dominate them in the paint, 26 points, and you can get it all over. You can get it from offensive rebounds, dominating the paint. You can get it from driving, and Kansas is doing it in a multitude of ways.
And playing defense, Northeastern went the last 350 of that half without a field goal from the floor. Shot 26% both from 2 and from 3. So give Kansas credit, whether they're known commodities or not. They certainly checked all of the offensive boxes on the Northeastern side and shut them down.
Yeah, Northeastern needs to do a good job of like Brendan said, penetrating, getting to the basket. I know that their leading scorer is not off to a good start, but what are these other guys going to do to get him going? I mean, as a scorer, you know you have to score, but you need the help of your teammates as well.
And we're talking about a coach, too, who knows a thing or two about winning basketball games. That's why whether you look at Nova, right, said that we've got a lot of the name you know at lower seeds. You look at Cincinnati as 7, and Villanova as a 6, and Kansas sits at a 4, and Syracuse as an 8. You look at who the coaches are, and it's a different story when they walk into a game in a tournament, right?
Yeah, Kansas being a number 4 seed, and, again, they suffered their losses during the course of the regular season as they went through all these personnel changes. This is really the first time in a while that they've had a consistent, in terms of knowing who they have. And their identity has gotten better over the course of that last few weeks in terms of establishing it on the defensive end. They just have a quickness advantage in this game on the perimeter, and Northeastern just doesn't have the ability to make them pay on the inside. So Kansas came out sharp, they came out focused, and they've been in control, but we still have 20 minutes to play. Northeastern is a good team, and we talk about that three-point shot as an equalizer. They are capable of going off from the three-point line. I guarantee you that's Bill Self's #1 concern right now.
Well, another concern in the first half, the Huskies fought the Lawson, and the Lawson won. This is not what you want to see from 5 guys coach against 1 with these numbers. Lawson, almost as much as the entire Huskies starting lineup combined. We, at the half, give you highlights from other action. Tight games and upsets, oh my. The madness is on.
Sit courtside from anywhere. Download the March Madness Live VR app.
March Madness got you doing the what just happened whale? Pick up a pepperoni stuffed pizzone. That's right, people. It's back. Now part of the $5 lineup from Pizza Hut. Official pizza of March Madness.
Oh, perfect. The game is on and I can't find my phone.
Retrace your steps.
Yes! Slow it down. Slow it. Come on, Ralph! Push it. Buckets! Oh! That's a foul! Who's Cinderella now? It could be anywhere.
Watch March Madness live on any device, anywhere.
Shoot it!
We take you at the half to the East bracket. Michigan State, Bradley, and Darryl Brown. Three-pointer downtown, ties it at 18, but then Elijah Childs. Little bully ball inside for the layup. Put Bradley up 1. They got it from deep, though, 2. Off the fake. At the break, the lead was 1. Second half, more from Childs. Watch this stuff inside, Candace. On the break.
Oh!
Okay.
Elijah Childs. Cassius Winston, though, knew he had to be big late, and he was. And in transition set, the defense got going for the Sparks.
Yeah, Michigan State's defense really woke up in the second half. Tom Izzo, nice little pat on the back. You're doing well, son. Piece of encouragement. What I love about that is what the players do in that situation.
Right? Coach Izzo's all fired up, isn't he?
Hold me back.
Looks
2
like
words for Coach Izzo, decaf.
Yeah, that's right.
Bad pass here. Coach Izzo's not going to like that. Nice play off glass. Brown, part of an 8-0 run right here. And Bradley back on top, but then Winston and company offensively. 9-0 run here, Coach. That was the spurt Michigan State needed to finally thwart that run.
Absolutely, and Winston was big time, throughout the whole game, and that's really who he's been all season. He's been, an elite level guard, and has come up big for them, especially in tight moments. And here, he controlled the game throughout, but especially down the stretch in the huddles with Coach Izzo, and he's a guy that really understands his coach and has a pulse of their team.
And for those who say you can't win a game at the line, you could lose one, you can win a game at the line. It's at 25-26.
Yeah, and they outscored them by 13 from the foul line. So you get them by 13 on the line, you get them by 11 on the scoreboard. No coincidence there. I don't know what happened to Kenny Goins today, by the way. 0 for 7 from 3, 1 for 10 overall. That's exactly the kind of player who next game out is going to have a big game.
Yep.
He's too good to have 2 bad ones in a row.
Richard Pitino able to take out Louisville, gets Michigan State next. Meanwhile, Belmont, every year a first 4 winner advances at least past one more opponent. Will this be the one? Maryland, down early, has fought back and now takes the advantage. Under 3 to go. Brendan, didn't look good early, but the Terps have battled back in this one here in the second half.
Looking a lot better now, Casey. Looking a lot better right now.
Yes, it is. We've got much more to come, but we also have contributing coverage from others, not just in New York. But have you met Phil? Here's our very special contributor. That's Phil, Brendan. Some insight.
Well, there's been a lot of great baskets so far today, guys. But the best baskets are made with all-natural organic sweetgrass. And don't let the design intimidate you. Just grab a bodkin and begin. In and out. This isn't your grandma's wicker basket. It's mine.
AT&T would like to remind you that just okay is not okay, whether it's Phil's game analysis or wireless networks. Thanks for watching AT&T at the half.
Francis with the rebound.
Fantastic news, Ken. Glad he's doing well.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, it's always nice when someone's willing to put themselves back out there. Get back into the dating scene. We've all been dumped, but you can't give up on love, Ken. Don't give up on love, Francis!
Just okay is not okay, whether it's announcers or wireless networks. AT&T is America's best wireless network according to America's biggest test. Now with 5G Evolution, the first step to 5G. More for your thing. That's our thing.
Kansas up by 12 at the half. We'll be back to Salt Lake City after these messages. You're watching the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship.
Coverage of the NCAA Men's Basketball Tournament is sponsored by Lowe's, Marriott Bonvoy, Rewards Reimagined, Dove Men Plus Care, and by Taco Bell. Sometimes you gotta live Mars.
Back in Salt Lake City, getting set for tip-off of the second half. Kansas leads by 12. You see points in the paint, 26-4 in favor of the Jayhawks. Northeastern, 1 for 9 on layups. As we welcome you back courtside with Steve Lapis, I'm Andrew Catalan. We'll hear from Lisa Byington coming up. Steve, it's something you mentioned a couple of times in the first half. You're very surprised Northeastern has not gone to a zone defensively.
Because they play zone. If Bobby Knight were coaching Northeastern, I wouldn't be asking for zone because he didn't play zone not one possession. But they've played 10% of their possession zone this year, and they're getting driven on like crazy. That's really where most of the points are coming from. But Dedrick Lawson has been a load for Northeastern to handle. Bill Cohen knew that before the game started. He's made a couple of threes. He's tough inside the paint. Great hands, great footwork, a terrific touch around the basket. One of the best players in the country, and he's showing it.
Kansas at 15 field goals in the first half, only 4 assists because they were able to get to the basket so easily in the first, and they lead by 12.
And, you know, let's say this. Whereas Dedrick Lawson was terrific, Devon Dotson wasn't that far behind him either.
9 points for Dotson. Meanwhile, for Northeastern, it was Rowland leading the way with 8 points.
And they're going to try and guard him again.
Man-to-man defense for Northeastern. Lawson, no shot, and he was fouled on the floor by Bolden Brace.
And interestingly enough, they start Mitch Lightfoot, and I know Bill Self talked about the last 5 minutes of the first half. They did play bigger with Mitch Lightfoot in the game. They played about 7 minutes big and probably 13 minutes small.
You see the layups. Northeastern 1 for 9. Kansas 11 out of 16, but the Jayhawks turn it over. In transition, it's Rowland. They've got to get Hushitsa going if the Huskies have a chance here to come back. Gresham guarded by Lawson. Gresham in the paint, out to Rowland. Catch and shoot three is short.
Dedrick Lawson did a good job that time staying in front of Gresham. That was one of the things that Bill Self was worried about, was guarding one of these perimeter guys. He did a good job there.
Garrett on the attack, too strong, and the ball comes to Brace.
You know, Northeastern has got nothing in transition. Not that they're a fast-playing team, but they need to look a little bit more, because maybe they'll get something easier if they can push the ball up here and there.
Once again, the shot clock inside 5 with Rowland. Rowland turnaround jumper gets the bounce. And Rowland now in double figures for the 24th time this year. He's got 10 points.
This looks like a set where they're going to get the ball inside to Lawson. Here's the high-low again.
First points for Rowland in 14 minutes of game action.
It's hard to high-low when Green is not guarding Lightfoot. That's why playing with the two big guys becomes really hard.
And Brace is going to get called for being a little too physical on Lawson. That's the second on Brace, both in this half. Bill Cohen, second in school history in wins with 224. The man ahead of him on the list, Jim Calhoun, with 250 career wins at Northeastern before moving on to UConn. And an illegal screen set by Marcus Garrett. He's called for the foul. That's the second on Garrett.
You have to give Kansas a lot of credit the way they've defended the three-point line against this team that's one of the best three-point shooting teams in the country by percentage, 39%. Done a great job there.
Northeastern 5 out of 18 from beyond the arc today. Rowland step back three. And they still can't find their touch from the outside, but Green is fouled on the putback.
That's a good foul, because Green's not a good free throw shooter. That's a good hard foul. I thought Mitch Lightfoot did a great job of closing out before that, and that's what you call a good foul.
So Anthony Green, 68% shooting this year. Over the last 2 seasons, the only player in the country with a better field goal percentage than Anthony Green, Udoka Azubuike, who's on the Kansas bench, tore a ligament in his right hand in January, had surgery, out for the season. He was shooting 71%, averaging 13 points and 7 rebounds. A critical injury for the Jayhawks in their season.
Imagine having him and Dedrick Lawson.
Belmont and Maryland coming right down to the wire on True TV right now. Maryland leads by 2 in the final seconds. This half, Kansas 3 trips, 2 turnovers. And the lead is down to single digits.
I love how Pasicha was guarding that out-of-bounds play.
Another turnover, third of the half by the Jayhawks. Green hands off Rowland. The lob to Green. Oh, he was able to get a hand on it. And Bill Self calls timeout. A 5-0 run for the Huskies. They've cut it down to 7.
Adam Zucker in New York with this tournament update. Just went final on True TV between Belmont and Maryland. Belmont coming off their first ever tournament win. The pass inside deflected by Maryland's Eric Ayala. The Terps get it. Darryl Morsell makes the first, but Morsell misses the second. Belmont with a chance. Dylan Windler had 35 in the game, but not 38. Maryland advances and will face LSU. Back to Andrew, Steve, and Lisa.
Great finish there, as we welcome you back to Salt Lake City, and Kansas's lead has been cut down to 7.
You see what Bill Self did on that timeout? He went small.
And a three by Quentin Grimes to stop that 5-0 run. First bucket of the day for Grimes.
He's much more comfortable playing this game with one big guy.
So far this half, Pushitsa has not attempted a field goal, and Dedrick Lawson has not attempted a field goal for Kansas, as Green is tied up. Good defense there, and the rebound to Lawson.
They knew he wanted to go to that left shoulder, and they just made it really hard.
Lawson straight away three. Money. 19 for Dedrick Lawson.
You know, part of him being the 5-man means Green has to come out and chase him. That's not a good matchup, so give Bill Self credit for that substitution. 6 points in a row.
He's matched his season average with 19 points and still 16 minutes to go. Largest lead of the game for the Jayhawks. Shot clock's at 3. Pushitsa not aware. He's going to have to force it up. His first shot attempt of the second half, and Pushitsa is still really struggling today. He's 1 out of 9.
I'll tell you, Lawson, he likes being in that lane by himself, I can tell you that.
And a little frustration setting in for Northeastern, an 8-0 run.
You know, you take K.J. Lawson, who's not a good three-point shooter, or Marcus Garrett, and give a lot of help off of them. You got to help off somebody. Or you got to change the defense.
And a whistle. And a stoppage with 15:25 to go. Let's take a look at the double take replay presented by Orange Vanilla Coke.
Well, take a look at Dedrick Lawson here in the low post. He's posting up on this side of the floor now on the right side. Watch what he does. He knows the ball's going to be reversed. All he does is drop that left foot and get Anthony Green on his back, and he knows exactly how to move those feet. He is a really skilled offensive player. Doesn't waste any movement ever.
And his parents loving it. Lawson has 10 points in the paint. The entire Northeastern team has 6. And the refs are at the monitor. There was a question as to why they stopped the clock before our last commercial. And I think there's something wrong with the shot clock, and they're still working on it. So, Coach, Northeastern, they're 5 of 20 shooting threes, and they only have 6 points in the paint. How are they going to score?
That's a great question. I think they got to get stops first. Let's start there. They obviously have to move the ball the way they're moving it, but they can't get any transition if they don't get a stop here and there. And they're not getting enough stops in order to get something easier. So they'll never open up this defense until they get up and down a little bit more in transition.
Northeastern started 3 of 5 from deep. Since then, 2 for 15 from beyond the arc. Take a look at the clock now. It appears the shot clock started maybe a little bit late. So they're adjusting that. And now they put 15-14 on the clock and 20 seconds on the shot clock for Northeastern.
And, you know, I'm guessing that Bill Self went small because he wants to be able to guard better, but it's really the offense that got helped more when they put Dedrick Lawson at the 5 spot.
Murphy, turnaround off the mark, and K.J. Lawson the rebound. Oh, tough shot and finish from Dotson.
That first step is brutal.
Into double figures with 11 points.
He has a great burst of speed.
Rowland trying to get inside, finishes with the left hand.
And that was well defended.
That stops a 10-0 run by the Jayhawks.
Look at this guy.
Dotson, again, accelerating to the hoop, but this time he can't finish it. Now Dotson is limping. Dotson cannot get back down to the other end of the floor. Corner 3 won't go. Dotson's in some pain. K.J. Lawson and the foul. Double vision today for the Jayhawks. Dedrick and K.J. Lawson. And now Dotson is the concern for Kansas as he hobbles to the bench. And let's go back to the replay and show you what happened to Dotson. came down the wrong way. Right there, you can see his left foot. And he has been spectacular for Kansas today, the freshman out of Charlotte.
Well, there are two guys they can't lose. He's one of them. They've already lost plenty this year.
Murphy, turnaround. Can't find the touch. And this half, Northeastern is 3 out of 10 shooting. Lawson wanted a 3. Murphy right in his face. Now Grimes. And he traveled. May have slipped a little bit. That contributed to the travel. But the ball goes back to Northeastern with 13:31 to go.
Well, you got to give Bill Self a ton of credit because his game plan was to stop them from the three-point line. He knew he had to do that. And so far, they've done a great job of doing that.
Northeastern shooting just 23% from deep. This is a team that during the season shot 38%, which was 16th best in the country. Have not been able to get it going today here in Salt Lake City. Osius. Good defense, that time by Abaji.
But Kansas has done a great job in this game of closing out on shooters.
Oh, the putback by Abaji.
Northeastern now double danger zone. They don't look like they're playing nearly as hard as they were earlier in the game.
A 14-2 run. And Northeastern has missed 9 layups today.
It gets frustrating, there's no doubt about it.
Rowland from the corner, spins around right to Dedrick Lawson. His 8th rebound. Oh, check it, his 10th rebound today. And KJ scores, and Bill Cohen needs to call timeout. Kansas in cruise control here in Salt Lake City.
Want more NCAA tournament info? Hey Siri, show me the March Madness schedule.
Well, here it is. March Madness continues tonight with 8 more first-round games across CBS, TBS, TNT, and True TV. You decide the games you want to watch. We'll see you on True TV, 7:27 Eastern Time between Fairleigh Dickinson and Gonzaga. It's a 16-2 run for the Jayhawks. This half, they have 7 field goals by 5 different players. Meanwhile, for Northeastern, they have gone ice cold, and Pushitsa, their leading scorer, only 1 field goal attempt this half. He has not scored in 15 minutes.
And one thing you have to credit Bill Self, they got it to 7, Northeastern. He went small, and they've been on cruise control ever since.
Let's go over to Lisa Byington.
Well, Pushitsa with the ball right now, and you mentioned it, Andrew. It's by far his worst performance here of the year. You got to go back when he scored 2 points at the beginning of the season against Davidson. But that's when he was trying to play with a fractured hand. This is much, much different. And it's telling to me in the last couple of timeouts how lifeless he is, how defeated he seems to be, and how much that carries over to the rest of the team.
Yeah, that's not good, and it even shows from here, Lisa, no doubt about it. His frustration is etched on his face.
And Bill Cohen trying to mix things up. He's put in Jason Strong, Jeremy Miller, and Miles Franklin for the first time today.
And these guys almost never play.
Strong misses.
He was in a 7-man rotation for a lot of the end of the year.
A 3-minute scoring drought for Northeastern. They are shooting just 25% for the game.
Well, I don't blame him for making the subs. He had to look for some energy. He wasn't even getting energy.
Wild shot there. Won't go for Miles Franklin. Sophomore who only averages 1 point per game. Great move by Charlie Moore.
Transfer from Cal.
1 year at Cal, started every game, and then transferred to Kansas. Chicago native. 18-2 run. Pushitsa, can he get going? Big shot there.
It's a start, that's for sure. That's what they need.
They need a lot more of that, but at least as Lisa said, maybe that gets the rest of the team going a little bit to see their leading scorer hit a shot. Only his second field goal of the day. Bodies to the ground. McCormick gets up. And Pushitsa got his hand on that one for a steal. And Grimes commits the foul. Bill Cohen wants a flagrant one for an intentional foul right there, but does not look like he's going to get it.
That's a good foul, not a flagrant.
And now they're going to go to the monitor to take a look.
Bill Self said, what are you going to look at? I have to agree with him. I don't think it needs to be looked at, but
Coach Self saying he's going for the ball.
He was. That was funny.
And it was a quick look at the monitor. It's just a common foul.
That was a quick look.
Yeah.
Did they really look? They must have got that thing up quick. They weren't there very long. That was like 2 seconds.
Could be a tournament record.
Quickest review ever.
Pushitsa at the line. And it's been a long day for the senior out of Serbia.
Hey, let's face it, he is playing against a very good defensive team with guys that are bigger and longer, and that makes it really tough.
He has missed 4 layups, and he misses the free throw there. An 84% free throw shooter, so just not his day.
Still time for some heroics. Not letting him do that. The driving to the basket has been one after the other after the other.
It is now 40 points in the paint for Kansas. 40 of their 57 have come inside.
I don't want to belabor the point, and I probably am, but you got to change something because this is just time after time after time.
Kansas has more points in the paint than Northeastern has scored as a team. 36.
I mean, Kansas 52% for the game. Well, when you're taking layups, you're going to shoot a high percentage.
Good sign that Dotson is back in the game for Kansas. You saw him go out earlier in the half after coming down the wrong way on his left foot. More from the corner. Big rebound by McCormick.
I like this kid. He's going to be a star down the road.
Now Dotson, feeling all right. Tavon Dotson,
another layup.
He's got 13. And a foul called on KJ Lawson.
We'll take a look at Devon Dotson here. He does a little pass fake. And they just can't stay in front of him. Kid's going to be really good. I mean, he's good now, don't get me wrong, but he's going to be really good.
Pushitsa 3. KJ Lawson for 3, and that is good. How about KJ Lawson today? He's provided a nice spark off the bench.
And you know, one thing that we saw Bill Self do in this game, he played Charlie Moore, he played KJ Lawson, played all these guys relatively early in the game, which is smart to do in the NCAA. Well, he's coached for, 47 games in the NCAA tournament.
He's in the Hall of Fame.
I mean, he's in the Hall of Fame. But he plays these guys, they call a foul on Pushitsa there, but he plays these guys early in an NCAA tournament game, which is smart. Get them their feet wet, get that nervousness out of the way, because you don't know who you're going to need when.
The Lawson brothers have combined to score 34 points, which is 2 less than Northeastern has scored as a team. KJ with 13. His season high is 15 against West Virginia. Great pass and cut. Oh, Garrett missed it, gets it back, and then scores.
Bill Self, one of the best on baseline out of bounds plays, always.
Dotson with the steal. Brace trying to get back. Dotson is fouled hard by Brace with 8:04 to go.
I think Bill Self got to think about getting Dotson out of this game a little bit.
Yeah, you can still see he's favoring that left foot a little bit.
It is the NCAA tournament, so you don't want to take any chances.
Don't miss the wildest ride on television as Animal Kingdom returns with an all-new season this summer on TNT and the Watch TNT app. And that is a sad face for Paws, the Northeastern mascot. Yeah, that's not working today. It's a long day for Paws. Could be a long flight home to Boston for Paws.
I'm going to say, barring something crazy, Dedrick Lawson might be done.
And a foul by Charlie Moore takes us to a timeout. Down by 30. Paws has seen better days. We're back with our game summary. Dedrick Lawson, 21 points, 11 rebounds. It's his 21st double-double of the year. And Kansas in control of this one, on the verge of setting up a tasty second-round matchup against Auburn. And Lisa listened in on Bill Self's last huddle.
Well, you hear about the 4-minute increments when you're trying to make a comeback. Bill Self was actually talking about a couple of 4-minute increments here with this big lead. He said we can't get sloppy. We have to take it possession by possession. Also kind of keeping my eye on Devon Dotson, too. When he walked out of that huddle, he's still kind of limping a little bit right now. And every time there's a stoppage in play or where there's a timeout or a dead ball, it seems like that left ankle keeps bothering him more. Before they re-entered him into the game, he was standing up here on the bench and just kind of walking around. So maybe his playing time right now is just to keep that ankle loose.
Well, I'll tell you, Lisa, I think he should be coming out. That's, you know, great reporting that you got there. He looks like he's limping with that left leg a little bit. I think he should just come out.
Yeah, I don't think you've seen a lot of signs from Northeastern that they're going to erase a 30-point deficit. And with a turnaround coming up on Saturday for your next game, you would think that now inside 7 minutes, you can empty the bench a little bit.
Well, put it this way, Dedrick Lawson is out for a reason.
Brace's three, no good. Rebound, McCormick.
He really should be coming out. Absolutely.
And Bill Self is putting Dedrick Lawson back in the game.
As I say that. Yeah, I don't get that.
Abaji coming back in as well.
That I'm not understanding.
Dotson, three. Yes.
You can take him out now.
Dotson, all Big 12 freshman team, and also made the all Big 12 third team.
Kansas has been very, very businesslike in this game.
And a foul was called inside on Kansas. Real questions, real answers. Join Bleacher Report's Taylor Rooks as she interviews the world's most exciting athletes and celebrities. Take it there with Taylor Rooks, premiering Wednesday, April 3rd on the BR app.
Well, when you're up 33, you got to find something to say about Kansas. Why is he put 3 starters back in the game?
Well, Dotson is coming out, so you would think that maybe his day is done.
I guess, truth be told, he doesn't have that many guys on the bench besides guys who play.
Yeah, he's got 4 on the bench on scholarship and then 2 walk-ons.
Those two guys are going to run out of breath today. They're going to be in there for a while, maybe.
Why do you always pick on the walk-ons?
I do.
You do. You always pick on them.
And I had some really good walk-ons in my career.
Unbelievable. I hope they come in and hit some threes right in your face. Lawson missed it.
I like walk-ons. You're a nice kid.
I don't know about that. Brace, and then he'll go to the line.
Hey, they usually do a good job in practice every day and always help the GPA also.
Chris Tian and Garrett Luinstra, the walk-ons for Kansas. Of course, his older brother Connor played with the Jayhawks. So for Northeastern, they had a heartbreaking loss in their conference championship game a year ago to College at Charleston. They were up 17 in the second half, went on to lose that game in overtime. And so the motto and mission all year was to make sure they got over the hump, and they did, beating Hofstra in this year's CAA tournament championship game. A 23-win season, but not enough against this talented Kansas squad today. And that man is talented. 23 points now for Lawson.
Hey, look, these Northeastern kids have had an unbelievable season. Bill Cohen did a great job with these guys. They just are coming against something way different than they find in the CAA.
Gresham, and a foul. The brothers are having a party here in Salt Lake City. Diedrich and KJ.
Well, Mom and Dad got to be really proud of these two. I'm sure they were proud of them before the game, too, but they have done an unbelievable job, both of them. Good players, good kids.
And they've combined for 36 points on 15 of 26 shooting.
And Bill Self's team today on a mission.
Yeah, and keep in mind, KJ Lawson only averages 2 points per game in 9 minutes per game. So he's seen a lot of run today and made the most of his opportunity.
And I think, like I said, that was a great move to get those guys in the game early. Charlie Moore, KJ Lawson.
Lightfoot. So Lawson will go to the line.
I would definitely have Diedrich Lawson out of this game. That I can tell you for sure.
Well, Coach, you can watch Masters live for exclusive video of Amen Corner, 15 and 16, and featured groups. Watch live on the CBS Sports app, cbssports.com, and masters.com.
I will be watching.
Thank you. (73-42) favor of the Jayhawks on the verge of their 26th victory of the year.
You're a featured group guy, right?
I am. Can't wait to get back.
And you know, look what kind of a job did Kansas do on Pushitsa? I mean,
unbelievable.
Can't get a look.
2 for 12. And he misses another. And cleaning it up is Jeremy Miller, the senior out of Milton, Massachusetts.
I can't believe Diedrich Lawson is still in the game. I got to tell you the truth.
Turnover by Moore. Here comes Osius. Oh, and a foul by Lawson.
I was just going to say, let him go.
Bill Self not happy about that either.
No. I mean, that was kind of a weak foul on top of it. Oh, Luke is coming back in.
Devon Dotson with 4:11 to go. Keep in mind, Kansas playing in the Midwest region. If they are to finish off Northeastern and then beat Auburn on Saturday, the regionals for the Midwest are in Kansas City, just 40 miles from campus.
Let me say this, they're going to have their hands full on Saturday. But Auburn is going to have to play a lot smarter at the end of the game.
but they have the talent, there's no doubt. Yeah, we're still scratching our heads at the end of that game against New Mexico State. Great pass from Gresham to Miller.
Maybe the walk-ons were late to breakfast or something this morning. What do you think, maybe?
10 to shoot. Yeah, Marcus Garrett on the finish. And you can see that Auburn awaiting the winner of this one. You know, Charles Barkley at the studio after the Auburn game started chanting, "We want Kansas." So Charles is going to get his wish.
What do they say about what you wish for? What's the saying? How does that saying go?
Be careful what you wish for.
Be careful what you wish for.
Pushitsa misses another. He had gone 21 straight games with double-digit points, but only 7 today. Gresham all the way. And a timeout called by Bill Self with 2:28 to go. Kansas going on to the second round against Auburn.
I can't believe it. I've been playing 4-on-4 with a barbershop quartet.
Pass the ball, pass the rock. We're open, just pass the ball. Nah, I can't believe how easy it was to save hundreds of dollars on my car insurance with Geico. Yeah. Shoot the J, shoot the...
Believe it, Geico could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Well, the next game in Salt Lake City will be on True TV, 7:27 Eastern Time, between top-seeded Gonzaga in the West region against the 16-seed Fairleigh Dickinson. And who's that guy? That's FDU's assistant coach, Pete Lapis, the son of our Steve Lapis. You'll be on the call.
It really is an unbelievable thrill, I have to tell you. So many things had to happen for them to get here. It's ridiculous.
Won in the first 4 against Prairie View A&M on Tuesday night, and now FDU will take on Gonzaga. Let's see if you're ripping them for not putting the walk-ons in that game.
Hey, once the game starts, it's all about the game.
Final 2 minutes of this one. Here they come. The walk-ons are at the table.
All they can get is a minute 30. He's got a
whistle. Here we go. 128. Tihan and Lewinstra. Great day for KJ Lawson. Meanwhile, Pushitsa goes out with just 7 points on 2 of 13 shooting.
Nothing gets a team hyped more, and I mean this, at the end of a game like this, than a walk-on scoring.
Abaji is fouled with 1:23 to go. Well, Kansas averaging 75 points per game this year, which was second best in the Big 12. On the verge of cracking 80 here. And it will be their 13th consecutive year with at least one NCAA tournament win. That's the longest active streak. Began back in 2007. 30-point lead for Kansas. And Garrett Lewinstra from Lawrence commits the foul. Playing in his 10th game of the season. A freshman walk-on has not scored this year. This game today, the 154th NCAA tournament game for Kansas. 3rd most all time. behind only Kentucky and North Carolina.
There you go. I mean, three of the 5 or 6 most storied programs in the history of the game.
Knocked out of bounds by Osius with 1:10 to play.
Have you ever been to the Fog?
I have not, no, and I really have that on my bucket list.
That's a definite bucket list. Beware of the Fog.
Kansas went 17-0 at home this year. As Abaji hits from the outside. 20th undefeated home season for the Jayhawks. And this will be NCAA tournament win number 48 for Bill Self. And all the fans, including Steve Lapis, wondering if the walk-ons will get up a shot.
Well, this is it. This is their last possession, probably.
Lewinstra, he thought about it. Did not pull the trigger. They get it back to him. He's going to have to put it up. Shot clock at 5. Go for it. He slips over to Lightfoot. Now Lightfoot will take it. Hey, why not? He was 1 for 9 shooting threes this season. Mitch Lightfoot has his second triple and a fitting end to this one for the Jayhawks. Charles Barkley wanted Kansas. He's got him. Kansas and Auburn in the second round on Saturday. Over the final 17 minutes of this game, Kansas outscored Northeastern 50-23.
Very impressive performance defensively, just locking Northeastern up from the three-point line and taking their best player, Pushitsa, completely out of the game.
Jayhawks finished with 50 points in the paint. And they advance to Saturday's second round here in Salt Lake City against the Auburn Tigers. Dedrick Lawson finishing with a double-double, 25 points and 11 rebounds. And his brother, KJ Lawson, contributing 13 points off the bench.
Yeah, he's a really good player. When you got a guy like him in the post, boy, he can do so many things for you.
Also, Devon Dotson with an impressive performance, 18 points. And Lisa Byington is with Bill Self.
Well, a dominating performance that began really at the jump. What was the most important thing in terms of establishing the tone of this game?
I thought our ball screen defense was better than it has been, and we were able to keep them out of the paint and still take away threes. So that was important. And then we were able to run a little bit off long rebounds.
The Lawson brothers were incredibly important. What impressed you about their performance?
Well, Dedrick, we got to play through Dedrick, but KJ gave us some great minutes today. You know, we're still kind of trying to figure stuff out, and it's late March, but certainly I thought KJ was great, and when we played small, he kind of bailed us out.
How tough was it to juggle minutes when you might have starters who are a little bit banged up with such a large lead here down the stretch?
I don't think it was hard. You know, everybody got a chance to play. I think we played a couple of guys, 17 or 18 the first half, but we were able to cover back quite a bit the second half, so we should be fine.
You have Auburn now. Your thoughts?
Unbelievably fast, athletic, and I think defending the three will be at a premium, obviously. But you know, they're terrific, and they're on a roll right now. We'll have to be better than what we were today.
All right, thank you.
Thanks,
Andrew.
Kansas wins it 87-53. The tournament continues right now on TBS with Murray State taking on Marquette. TNT will have Florida and Nevada at 6:55 Eastern Time. Kansas on to the second round. For Steve Lapis, Lisa Byington, our entire crew, I'm Andrew Catalan. We'll send you to the studio after this.
Boom! Another alert from Capital One's little robot banker, Eno. Come on, man. What are you doing? Man, I love alerts. Alert! End of half. Alert! Jalapeno peppers. Alert! I just made 2 identical purchases at alhorns.com. Alert! It's true, because I love to... You have got to stop. Alert! No, I don't. Alert!